Good morning, St. Louis. Welcome back again to Who's Talk. I'm your host, Artemis Caldwell, founder and CEO of Who Is Incorporated. And today with me, as always, my new co-host, Gabe Coach.
What's going on, man?
What's good with you, brother? Been here. So, today, this episode, I want to talk about wisdom, which is day 2 within the program. Because already last time we talked about enlightenment and what it is, the enlightenment is. And just real quick, just enlightenment, the first day, like I said, we just going to sit down and have you write down all your ideas that you feel that can push you forward.
Right, okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
So, and the setup to that is day 2, which is wisdom. Wisdom isn't anything but just knowing about a situation. You know what I mean? So now I want to touch on foundational ideas and the Chinese bamboo tree. And so before I get on into that, I want to ask you real quick, what do you think wisdom is? Or I know that's like a duh question, but
I guess using wisdom tangibly, I'd say it's knowing what to do or how to operate in a certain situation. Or just knowing how to operate in any situation, you know what I'm saying? Using wisdom. Like, you heard your grandma or your mama, someone say, use wisdom. But it's like, you kind of know what it is and you kind of know what it isn't. It's like a natural kind of sense, common sense.
Yeah, okay. You know? But common sense ain't common for everybody.
Well, everybody ain't using wisdom.
Yeah, true. True that. Well, for real, that's kind of hitting it on the nose. But like with the program, when we talk wisdom, it's going towards your dream what you want to do. Simple as that. You know that this is what I want to do. This is what I need to do. I see the steps I need to take forward into making this happen. So let me go ahead and do that. Right? So that may be harder than what it is, but I wonder.
So yeah, the question I was about to ask you is, what do you think about ego clouding wisdom or clouding your judgment? What do you think about that?
Oh, well, let me say first, the ego. That's a funny thing, because it's just like your character, like a character that you made up. So in my way, in the program, you will see that not necessarily we teach you that it don't exist, but that it's just like a character form. Your ego could be anything. You know what I mean? So like more so like you can't control the weather, right? But you could adjust for it, like to where it's not bothering you. You know what I mean?
Right.
So when you say letting your ego cloud your judgment, that's
But let's say you're trying to achieve something, you got a goal you're trying to reach, and let's say you're in a situation where you got to ask for help.
Okay.
The proper thing to do would be to humble yourself and seek that help out.
True.
But sometimes we let our ego say, I don't need that, and, just continue going on. But we don't achieve our goal, let's say, in the time frame that we want to achieve them in, because we don't have that. We're making the mistakes, going by trial and error.
Okay.
And I think that's kind of like an ego thing.
And see, with that, then again, that's how many times is it going to take for you to bump your head before you realize that you need to help to seek out help or surround yourself with the right tools and people to progress. So again, like I said, going back to the weather, you can't predict the weather, like you can't predict how a situation may play out. But you know how your ego gonna play out. You know what I mean? And that's like the clothes, that the jacket you wearing thin, so don't wear that outside if it's snowing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
And then yet turn around and be like, oh man, it's cold out here. No, it don't work like that.
Okay. Right. Yeah, I was just about to say that.
So, And it goes back into, so say you, again, trying to, the goals and dreams you shooting for, this is now, again, foundational ideas. The ideas that you planted, the seeds that you said now. Let's go ahead, put them to action, put them to use. So now that goes into the Chinese bamboo tree. Now, the reason why the Chinese bamboo tree is so, I know I was telling you about the story behind it, but
Right.
it takes 5 years to sprout.
Right.
And within that 5th year, it sprouts.
Right.
And then
90 feet in 5 weeks.
90 feet in 5 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's crazy because of the simple fact that imagine walking outside watering the ground. You know what I mean?
You're going to look stupid. You're going to look stupid. You're watering the ground like, what you doing?
Dumb. But look, only to the outside eye, you're going to look
Right.
dumb.
But you got to know what you're doing.
Oh, yes.
You gotta block out those thoughts of what everybody else might be thinking about you.
See? And see, now, you see how now you can start creating a shell of, hey, man, forget you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because just imagine to the first person who ever planted a tree, the Chinese bamboo tree, and people walking by like, man, what are you doing? You know, and this, so it's creating a tough coat through the things that you know. I know, and you got to really believe it because, again, with 5 years, that's a long time to be waiting for something to grow.
Yeah.
And then when I hit that 5th year, I wait 5 more weeks.
And imagine you got to water it every day for 5 years.
Oh my goodness!
365 times 5. What's that? 365.
That's 5 years.
5 years. I'm saying that's how many days though you got to go out.
That's
there
5 years worth of days. That's crazy.
Right.
And then, but just imagine when it does hit that 90 feet. I know you're gonna. That's
Right.
Like
90 feet of bamboo after 5 years of.
that's almost like a forest. If you plant enough, you know what I mean? Put it in the right place. What? Come on. And just imagine it just shoot up. Boom.
Right.
Boom. Boom.
Right.
And that be,
once you use your plan.
yeah. And look, that could be your dreams. Just more so, I think of it like as high rises. Just more so, and how it tied to you is just more so real estate.
Mm-hmm.
If you can put these seeds into, like, say, we make a partnership of, hey, let's go here and buy a house. Or let's take our money and put it in and go to an auction and buy a house.
Right.
Or 4-bedroom, or excuse me, 4-family flat. And now we both now got a foot into the real estate game. We got residual money coming in, you know what I mean? And it's like, oh man, that's really kind of cool. And then we could do the house hacking that you was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And then from there, it'll be just like, man, one step up. Because now you, not necessarily now you know better, but let's start using what we know to do better. Wisdom.
Right. Using that's exactly what wisdom is.
Mm-hmm.
Using the things that you know to do better in life. That's really all it is. It makes sense.
Yeah. Well, that's for real. All I have.
So then what about knowledge?
Knowledge?
Yeah. Or acquiring knowledge.
Acquiring knowledge.
Yeah.
I believe what you know is already what you know, and what you don't know, you don't know it. So simple as that. I don't know if that's simple, but like.
I mean, yeah, that's simple.
Yeah. So
what
like.
You know is what you know is, what you don't know is what you don't know.
Yeah. To go off. Socrates, a philosopher. Everybody know me. I'm a real big philosophy guy. Actually not necessarily taught a slave or taught, excuse me, but he was teaching a slave just more so algebra.
Mm-hmm.
And he was trying to explain that how the soul is forever eternal.
Right.
So the slave just wind up like with a few like directions, like, oh no, do this like this and you'll be good. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. The dude was still able to understand it and figure it out even without having like basic training. You know what I mean? So Socrates just used that to say like, no, what you know is what you know. Like, if you don't know it, how you know you don't know it. You know what I mean? So that's my approach on a lot of things. I feel like I know a lot, just because I've been here. I feel like I've been here around. I'm only 24 though.
Yeah, I feel that way sometimes, but then it's like you get into situations and it's like, yeah, you don't know everything.
Yeah, most definitely. But then I feel like when you already know how to admit that you need help, like one step closer.
Yeah, that's true.
So, yeah, bro, that's all I had. Yeah, the questions, no. Wisdom.
Yeah, I don't think I got any other questions pertaining to that.
Yeah. But just more so because I'm really just trying to hammer in the days for you. Just day one, I have you sit down and write what it is that you want to do.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I say, mine is I want to buy a car. Okay, day two, you would do what type of car?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know what I mean? My dad told me don't go American, so don't go American.
So what about entrepreneurship? How can someone use this pertaining to becoming an entrepreneur?
With this, just write down. Okay, I want to be as simple as I want to be an entrepreneur.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, day one, let's write it down. Let's define what's enlightenment. Let's define what's an entrepreneur. Okay, and now from there you can see, hey, these guys do that. Okay, now I can start drawing lines. So and that could be 10 minutes. It don't have to be the whole day. I want to like emphasize that it doesn't have to be the whole day, but it's that'd be 10 minutes. I told them.
I was reading the book. It's an ebook I got from somebody. It was talking about I think it was like either a 30-day. I think it was 30 days, but it's like this 30-day mindset change process. I only read day one, but it just goes through like the process of changing your mindset to being able to achieve the life that you want to have. Basically.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
Yeah, so.
And that's
why I brought it up.
Yeah.
It's kind of relating to that.
Yeah.
And I kind of think that's interesting.
Yeah. But if you want to, like, this is like our, for the members, this is like our guide more so. Like, just to guide. Excuse me. I felt like I said God, but our guide. Granted, I kind of take this, like, just like the Bible. It's near and dear to my heart. But yeah, bro, so day two. So from day one to day two is the idea to thought. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So just that small connection that people may not have like thought about, but now I just kind of made you aware about. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
So that's all I got.
Yeah, I think that's all I got as far as any questions. So that's day two. Really, the moral of what I want to say is whatever you want to do, whatever goal that you have, just stay focused on it. Block all of the extra noise out, and focus on what you want to do and what you want to achieve, and take those steps, and do the things that you have to do in order to achieve something, or be the person that you have to be in order to achieve something. So,
okay,
yeah, it's really just have a strong mind. Is what I'm really trying to say.
Yeah,
have a strong mind. Yeah.
All right, my brother.
All right.